Welcome to the American Iron Podcast. Today we have Scott Jividen and Mark Eardley. I'll let you guys do your own introductions.
You want to go first?
Sure. My name is Mark, and I've been coming to American Iron approximately 4 years or so, give or take. I was an accountant for many years, and now I work at the VA with a bunch of other vets and enjoy it. Here I am. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
That's me.
Scott Jividen. I've been going to American Iron since 2015. A few university gym before that, just because I didn't have a car in university. But did not have sports in high school or nothing. I was the nerdy kid. So the fact that I was in the gym at all was impressive, let alone like even how far I took it. But I do civil engineering for a living, land development. So if you see a new neighborhood, you know, I'm the guy behind the sewer, the storm, the water, that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I am the guy who was crazy enough to put together deadlifting for an hour.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into that. 'Cause
Yeah.
the Deadlift Before Christmas event is what it's called, and as I told Scott before, I've done countless competitions. That was the hardest competition I've ever done.
And that is so weird to think about, just knowing like all the different sports we have at this gym, and somehow deadlifting your body weight for an hour is the hardest.
That was the worst. And I think you've seen me cry during strongman events.
Yeah, I've seen people struggle through strongman contests who would not touch this.
Yeah, this was the worst thing ever. Worst thing ever.
I couldn't move for a week afterwards.
Dude, I was dead. I was dead after that week. I mean, it's bad enough I threw up multiple times.
Yeah, you do own the record for most times visiting a trash
Set
can.
a PR.
I was 10 minutes in. I was like, I'm already going to puke.
It was awful.
Did you even hear the 10-minute warning?
No, when I heard that, when I heard the 10-minute, like, oh, it's been 10 minutes, we all just kind of, like, collectively looked at each other and was like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
We've made a grave mistake.
So yeah, the whole point, the event itself, the Deadlifts Before Christmas, is deadlifting either your body weight, if you do it solo, or a team of four's average body weight on one barbell for an hour, as many times as you can.
Yeah.
I've had people sign up without the ability to deadlift their body weight because they just barely signed up for the gym. Do 40 reps in an hour. Like, it's really not anything that is super serious, but it is fun. And the whole point behind it,
Fun.
Fun. Everyone's kind of working towards a common goal. Everyone's suffering through it together. And there's not really, I mean, there is a winner, but it's not really something you aim and train and try
It's
to
just
win
kind
for,
of
like a
bragging
powerlifting.
rights.
Yeah, it's kind of bragging rights and not like a medal. Funny story with it is how it kind of came to be. A couple years ago, we had Legion Sport Fest 2021.
Which one was that?
So that was the year we had the car deadlift.
Was that at the convention center?
Still at the convention center, but
Yeah.
when it was in the back of the big room.
Yeah, I remember, that was the one I definitely cried during the car deadlift.
Yeah, and you beat me by 1 rep. Bastard.
That was the comp I should have won the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's tears of joy.
No, it was not. It was pure sadness.
He came close. Yeah. Man, you and I went back and forth that day too.
Dude, that was actually one of the best strongman competitions I've ever been in.
Same. I've placed higher in contests, and I have not been as proud of some of them as that one. That one.
It was 2 days, right? That was the 2-day event?
It was still 2 days by then.
I felt like I had an advantage on the 2-day event.
Yeah. I like the 1 day.
I like the 2 days.
Yeah. I mean, you get recovered, and you can come back and do good day 2.
Yeah.
Maybe wake up on a different side of the bed. But
Exactly.
I like the fact that you just have to struggle through 1 day. Then you can just recover the next day.
I love the 2 days because no one's prepared for it.
Yeah. So the car deadlift is actually kind of what inspired this event in the first place. Originally, the car deadlift was listed as a car deadlift for 2 minutes. Now, if you know anything about strongman, anything beyond 75 or 90 seconds is just not heard of. So
Really, anything over 60 seconds.
60 seconds is common. Occasionally, you'll get like a 90 seconds.
Usually for like a medley or something.
Right, so if you have like 7 implements, they'll give you 90 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
7's an exaggeration.
Like at Wrath, I think they did that.
Yeah, they had
Sandbags was 90 seconds.
but it's because there was 5 of them. There was 5
there
sandbags.
5?
There was 5. And I know that because I got the 4th one and I missed the 5th one because I was just gassed.
I can't believe it. I remember that. I got them all. I don't know how I did it.
I don't know either, dude. I came home and I had like a splint on one finger and the other one. 3 of my 10 fingers were spent because of just getting the hands under the sandbags.
Yeah.
When I got married almost 3 months before Wrath of that year, and you'll notice I wear my ring on the right finger because I sprained this one so bad that it's like permanently a half size larger. So now, literally 3 months after, and of course the jeweler goes out of business, the local jeweler. So now I just wear it on my right hand.
Nice.
But that car deadlift was 2 minutes at Legion's. And it was me, Matt Shoshano, Jake Cumming, and Christian. Oh, God, what is his last name?
Which Christian?
The one who volunteers for everything at American Iron. Professor at college down in Carson. How can I not remember his last name right now?
What does he look like?
Gray hair, slightly about your height. Damn it. What is his last name?
What is his last name? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Always rocking a giant Cerberus bag.
Yes. Yeah. Great guy. If I asked him to do this event tomorrow, he would do it. Like, he's just that helpful. He just wants to help, and I love him for that. But the 4 of us were all standing around. We were doing a car deadlift training session, and we were joking like, man, how is it 2 minutes? When it might as well be an hour. And I think I threw out there, I was like, it might as well like just be a day. Just lock us in the gym and let us bang it out for a day. I was like, okay, wait a minute. That sounds like something a Twitch streamer would do for a charity. Like, you could probably raise money for this. We were joking a little bit more about it, and I think right before Legions, I go to Tammy, and I go, hey, we had this really dumb idea. Would you be willing to, like, just let us lock ourselves in the gym for overnight and just lift a barbell as many times as we can? She goes, no, that sounds really stupid. Why would I let you do that? That's a liability.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not going to let you be unsupervised in the gym, and I'm not going to make my employees suffer at 1 o'clock in the morning with you lifting a barbell. So I asked her, I was like, okay, how long would you let this go on for? She goes, I would give you, I don't know, a 4-hour window, 5-hour window. And I go, okay, what if we just did an hour? What if I just deadlifted my body weight for an hour? What could we do? So Jake, Matt, Christian, and I all started kind of talking about, okay, like, where could, money come from for this? So eventually we had a bunch of ideas back and forth, and we eventually settled on, okay, go find your own sponsor. Go find a local business that you could want to promote and say, hey, I'll donate this much money, or I'll donate like $1 per rep or something. And I go, okay, that's awesome. Where does the money go? Initially, we were thinking the fire department, because Tammy's retired battalion chief. Mm-hmm. And we didn't really have a direction as to where that money could go. They had a Christmas party, but they have it funded on their own methods. So we were like, okay, now what are we going to do? And we eventually figured out, like, oh, we can donate it to the Sport Foundation here, American Iron Sport Foundation. Tammy loved that idea. And that first year was mostly people lifting solo. Now remember, all of this happened after Legions, and it was the first week of December. So we had like 3 or 4 weeks to put this together. So we had 3 or 4 weeks to notify people that this was even happening.
Yeah, I remember that came fast.
Fast, out of nowhere and fast. Notify people when it was happening. How to enter, which was difficult because you have to go to a bunch of local businesses and say, hey, looking for a donation in 3 weeks. Which is really rough because they've probably already figured out their donations for the quarter. And train for this random event right after Legions. Luckily, there was not a big contest after the first year. within 4 months, so it didn't get in the way of anyone's training cycles. I was really lucky on that. But we get there day of, and we have a blast. Like, it's 3 individual hours and 1 team hour that first year, so it's flopped from what it is now.
About how many people you think that first one? Because it was wild, this last one.
Yeah, this last one was a ton of people.
Just off the top of my head,
Yeah,
I think there was 15 people who did it solo.
Yeah.
Throughout
Wow.
3 hours. So I think like the first hour was 6 or 7, the second hour was 2 or 3, and I think that third individual hour was 3 or 4. JC, of course, can't remember his last name all of a sudden. Younger guy, always comes in, getting really ridiculously strong right now. JC comes in and just has the time of his life. His whole family comes to support him.
JC.
Yeah, younger guy, curly hair. Came in, brought his family. They had the time of their life. Just watching him deadlift his body. I think he got 100 reps that first year of his body weight in an hour alone.
It's kind of crazy how much things have changed in
Yeah,
just
right.
a couple of years.
He's grown up a lot. But it's great because we see that team hour that first year, and I think there were 5 or 6 teams. And that's where, Christian and everybody, Christian, Matt, and Jake and I all looked at it and go, oh, wait a minute. The team hour is a lot more fun. Now, I love the solo hours because that's its own beast. To deadlift your body weight alone for an hour is its own beast. But the chaos that came with the team hour was so much more high energy.
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah,
a blast.
you're relying on other people. It's insane.
Right.
And
So
everyone's ego gets in the way.
just a little bit.
Oh, dude.
Starts off that way. It goes
That's
way
our
quick.
ego on my team was way too big. We talk so much shit. We were idiots.
And anybody who signs up for this event for the first time, I tell them, you have a plan, and that's great. Don't be married to it.
Dude, that plan flew out the window within 5 minutes.
Do not be married to that plan.
Our team was just happy to leave upright. Yeah.
Dude, we were all on the floor 20 minutes in.
Yep.
That was awful.
So that first year, great time. I think that first year overall we raised $2,700, which by itself, the fact that we threw it together in just a few weeks, I was thrilled with. Maybe a week later, Shields, Chris Adgett, manager of Shields, great guy. Him and Christian, first 2 people to sign up to help anytime they can. Chris Adgett walks in with a $5,000 check maybe a week later. He knew about the event, and it was not officially linked to the event or anything, but I had a feeling it was some sort of like indication that he wanted to help. And I always kind of treated it like that. It's like, this is kind of Chris telling me, hey, let's talk. Like, let's collaborate on this, because I like what you're doing, and I know that Chris is always willing to help. So I reached out to him shortly after, says, hey, Tammy loved this event. I would love to have Shields as an official sponsor for next year. He was absolutely on board. So for unofficial reasons, I always think that first year raised $7,700.
We count it.
Yeah.
Got to count it.
And that was kind of the benchmark. It's like, okay, we're going to do this year 2. Tammy loves it. Everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, tolerated
it. How can we make it better? So the first idea was, okay, we need to figure out how we can't do individual sponsors again. That's a lot of work to ask somebody to do on the front end. And it's really difficult for people to just walk into a business and say, hey, I want to be sponsored. So I figured, okay, I'll take over the sponsor. We'll try to make the event do the sponsorship thing. How do you make that happen? You don't want to do it really per rep, because every rep's weighted a little different. So what about a penny a pound? So that's the pitch, is we go to a sponsor who's interested in the event. Usually it's involved with somebody who's from the gym. Like this year, one of our newer sponsors was Scholl's Law Group. That's Rich Scholl's.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Scholl's Law Group.
That didn't even make the connection.
That is Rich Scholl's.
I didn't even make the connection.
So, someone from the gym who's seen the event, who loves what the event is supposed to be doing and the funds that it's supposed to raise, usually are the guys that are stepping up and say, I want to be a part of that. So the pitch is a penny per pound up to a predetermined amount. So when I talked with, for instance, Shields that second year, I told Chris, like, hey, how about we do a penny per pound up to whatever you donated last year, $5,000, which would mean that 1 hour of the event, so hour number 1, would need to lift 500,000 pounds between all teams to max out their donation. Guess what? We almost tripled it. I think it was 1.4 million pounds that first hour by itself.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was 8 teams.
And that was just the first year.
That was the second year.
Oh, the second year.
So this is all the second year. This is the kind of the refinement.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that second year comes in, and we're like, okay, here's how we change it. Second year I talked to Tammy. He's like, hey, how about T-shirts for this event? What other Christmas event is there around here? It'd be fun to have American Iron with a Christmas-style T-shirt for an event we're doing at American Iron. She was absolutely on board, and that's how the T-shirt started. That's the one with Santa actually going down to lift a barbell. So that's kind of how we reshaped it to raise the funds for the Sport Foundation. But then it kind of left a hole of, is there a sign-up fee? And it's like, we could have people donate $30 or whatever, and that can go to the foundation, and it can be a one-for. Or we can find a different way to benefit somewhere else. And that's when Tammy told me that there was a Christmas party every year that the Reno Fire Department puts on for kids around town. Kids who've maybe been a part of families that have had a rough year. They bring in these kids, and they have them meet Santa and ask Santa for a present and give them a good hot nice meal, and all the kids get to pick out a toy or two. And so the immediate thought was, okay, what if your entry fee was a toy? Just some $15, $20 unwrapped toy. Easy enough, right? Everyone can go to a toy store. Everybody can buy a Barbie, a basketball, whatever. So that second year, that's how we decided entry fees. So that's kind of how we ended up with the structure of penny per pound goes to the Sport Foundation, and the toy goes to the Reno Fire Department. So just because I couldn't leave good enough alone, we have a double charity.
Which,
right,
great idea.
Yeah, I mean,
It works out.
I really like where it ended. So that's kind of where that third year came in. And that's really where I started getting a lot of help from my wife, Haley. She is wonderful. She helped me a bit with that second year, try to get some social media presence going. But within this last year, we had an actual time period to plan it and try to improve how our social media is going to look. And that's what she does for a living. So that's why, the social media this year, the T-shirt is a T-shirt she designed this year.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, my wife loves that T-shirt.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
She put it together, and my jaw just hit the floor. I was thrilled. She also designed the ornaments. So the ornaments are awarded to whoever does the most reps or the most weight.
I'll be honest. I was so kerfuffled.
That makes sense. That's
That
probably why I didn't see it.
I don't even know what they look like.
Oh, they were great. But she we could make the event work. We could actually do the event the day of, but she is the one who has done so much to make it presentable and enjoyable. The T-shirts, the ornaments, these are all ideas that I'm pretty sure she came up with on her own. And I was like, let's run with it, let's do it. And she's been wonderful with it. So she's not even somebody who goes to American Iron. She just wants this event to succeed because she, of course, loves me and wants to see this event succeed for the gym because she believes in it. So anytime you ever see her at this event or at other events, she's done, literally all of the social media, all of the T-shirt design, everything.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Right. And that's kind of what, this third year we have the great T-shirts. I think, I don't remember if it was her or Chris comes up with the idea for a vendor village this year. Sell, midnight coffee roasting.
That's right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kimmy's coffee. Or, Kimmy's candy.
Kimmy's candy.
Selling those at the event as well. Great local business support. We're not going to, Starbucks. Not a knock on Starbucks or not, but I want to support the local businesses at a local business event.
Plus, they're here all the time.
Oh, yeah, great. One of those other things, people who go to this gym see what the event is and want to be a part of it to support.
Exactly.
This gym, everybody here is all about supporting each other, and I love that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Overall, I think between the 3 years, we have raised just under $30,000. So we're averaging just a tick below $10,000 a year right now.
It's pretty sweet.
For the Sport Foundation. And the 2 years that we've accepted toys as entry fees, we are at exactly 200 toys. We went 82, and then this year was 118 toys.
It's a kind of a big difference.
That's
there.
a big number. That's a
Yeah.
50% jump. And that's just, again, the support of the gym and the members here. People were bringing 2 or 3 toys. I think someone walked in with like 6. It's like just because they wanted to. So just the support and the growing support, and people get excited about this event. I'm excited to see where this goes for next year.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Especially because, okay, let's talk really quick.
Sure.
First year, what was the record for most reps?
Solo?
Let's do solo and team.
I don't remember the... Oh, wait a minute. What was the team? I think we had one team break 1,000 reps that first year.
Wow,
And then
how
the-
things have changed.
The
Oh,
second
man.
year was what, 1780 or something like that?
1703.
Oh, okay.
1702 or 1703.
Okay.
But that first year, I was very proud. I did 310 reps. And then Raphael came in right out. Oh, sorry, I did 320. And Raphael came in the next hour and did 410.
Dude, Raph won again this year, dude.
Raph has won every individual event.
Dude, that man.
Every single one. Like, I get excited about this event. I know Raph waits for it. We opened sign-ups, and I swear to you, he was signed up within half an hour.
Dude, he's training for it.
Yeah.
He has to.
I swear he is. I see him in the gym.
Yeah.
He's doing reps. Like, he's training for the event.
I think he's been the first sign-up 2 years in a row. Out of 3.
I love how he does it solo, too.
He's a monster. Like, he did 466 by himself this year.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Alone. Without a team hyping him up, it was just him.
That takes some tenacity.
That's ridiculous. So
So it went from, for the team though, 1,000 to 1,703 to
Dude.
22, 24?
25.
25?
25. And it was like 20. I don't remember the exact number. It's like 25:36.
Dude, I did the math. It's 41 per minute. 41 reps per minute, which has to be pushing the human limit.
Yeah.
Which Kyle, not sure, man.
I loved the strategy. And
What are you trying to say? You're going to run some tape back? And
Dude, I'm gonna. I could check the tapes.
I'm gonna be real with you. He handed me that sheet, and I had the same reaction in year 2 when the 1702 team gave me their sheet. I looked at it and I was like, "Really?" I saw Kyle's number, and I swear to you, I thought it was a miscount. And I was like, "There's just no way, right?"
Wow.
And then you look up, because if you know how they work, the sheets are rows labeled 1 to 20, and if you do like a set of 15, you do one tally mark at 15. So there were 209 tallies in the 8 rep range, which is over 1,600 reps in just sets of 8 between the 4 of them.
Just the time it takes to put 200 tallies.
Right, and you're sitting there like, how? And then you watch the video of them doing it, and it makes sense. There was
both sides.
Guy going here does his 8 reps, drops it, and the bar doesn't even have enough time to settle before someone comes from the other side and starts lifting it. And it was I think it was every 45 seconds whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah, because to get 41 reps a minute would have to be continuous, nonstop.
You'd have to have about
And so if they're
5
doing,
reps.
if they're doing,
5 sets.
if they're doing 8 reps, you're the engineer. I'm not good at math.
Well, it's just about 5 sets of 8 every minute.
Dude, there's that 20 second of downtime where they're switching in between.
Not even.
That's
There's
about it.
The 2 seconds of downtime between each person.
But totaled up, it'd be
like 10 seconds. Yeah, there's maybe,
and then 10
maybe 10 seconds of them not.
and then
actually
10
lifting.
seconds of putting a billion tallies.
Well, as soon as you're done, you just go mark it yourself.
Dude, no, I think Kyle was doing all the marking.
No way. He was exhausted. No way.
He was exhausted because he had to put 200 tally marks in that damn thing.
I agree with exactly what you said after, because you came up and you saw the 25-36. I mean, I think it's 25-36, 25-38, and you said if that gets broken, it gets chipped. Like the way this gets broken is someone somehow does 25-40.
Yeah, it's
or
not
25-42.
It's not like the past couple years where it's just going to be like hundreds of reps each.
Yeah.
No way.
There's no way. I don't know if we'll see 2,600. And of course, I say that next year we're getting 28.
Yeah. Dude, Raf's going to do 2,600 in the solo category.
I would love. He would just not stop lifting.
He'll figure out a way.
That is a rep every second and a half for an hour by himself.
His kidneys will fail.
His everything will fail.
But you know what? He'll die a hero.
That is rhabdo. And that is Matt Shoshano tells me the same thing every year when this goes. He goes, it's the rhabdo fest, like every
Dude,
single year.
I was like starting to feel my kidneys, and I was like, I need to kind of like take a second because I was like, it felt like my obliques, like the inside of my obliques were burning, and I was like, yep, my kidneys are starting to take a beating. I'm gonna chill out a second.
I made a huge mistake this year by drinking a rain right beforehand.
Dude, I took pre-workout.
It was a huge mistake.
It's not.
Shot that pre-workout everywhere over here.
Dude, I puked so much.
Yeah, we were joking when we heard that you were struggling in the bathroom. Like, I don't know that anyone's ever thrown up from this, and then Brandon did it 3 times.
Dude, I just it was bad.
We were joking about getting you your own special ordinance. Like deadlifts before Christmas, most throw-ups in an hour.
I would
so
like
were
that.
your teammates mad at you? Like, you should have been out here lifting.
Dude, I think at a certain point they just kind of said, okay, like this is fine.
Yeah, we're
Like,
a 3-man team.
Dude, we only got 988 reps.
Which was hilarious considering the shit talking.
And considering I feel like we were kind of like set at a higher expectation.
Right, and that's what I tell everybody is that you have this idea of how it's going to go, but you haven't done it yet.
It's a pace game. We opened by doing like sets of 30. Dumbest idea we could have done.
And then, honestly,
So
the funniest part of my
20.
day was, yes, every hour. So every hour I was announcing 10 minutes in because I knew this was going to be a problem. There was a part of me that enjoyed everybody groaning and just being able to be like, haha, you guys are, kind of going through right now. But I wanted to make sure everybody understood, like, you are only a sixth of the way through this.
Dude, it's terrible.
Because I don't want to tell you halfway through that you're halfway through and you can't do the second half hour. You need to know 10 minutes in, like, okay, like, you've gone through it.
Yeah.
You're going to go through 5 more of that.
Well, I
ready.
remember looking at the rest of my team when we heard that, and we were just like, oh, no. Oh, no. Because our average age was over 40, and I think we have 380% disability. So we're all staring at each other going, 10 minutes in? Like, faces white.
I tell everybody, this is an event you're excited for 364 days, 23 hours, and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because the last 50 minutes of that hour, you question every decision you've made leading up to that one.
Yeah.
Like, why did I do this? Because it's awful.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, it's not like you can just – it's like you have the option of not doing it.
You do.
But
And you forget why it sucked by June.
you just do it anyway.
You just do it again. Like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I survived. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's the thought process. And then –
By May or June, you're like, oh, that was fun. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
And then you do, and you're like, what
no, it's terrible.
Yeah.
doing
Terrible.
here? That 10 minutes in thing is probably
Yeah, that I
even
won't forget.
even for my own hour, like when I was doing it, I still thought it was funny, even though I was doing it to myself.
Yeah.
Like I was making myself aware of how bad this was going to be, and I still thought it was funny.
Yeah. It was crazy how busy it was for the last round, the third round, because we were on the first one, and by the time I came back to see my son's team, I could barely walk through the crowd to go see him. It was just a lot of energy.
A lot of people there, a lot of people supporting.
And I was just sitting there waiting for that 10 minutes. Tell them I'm going to watch their faces.
Well, because you knew.
Dude, your son, his team had Sal,
Yeah.
who didn't use straps.
Mm-hmm.
And so his hands, I saw them like recently, like a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
His hands are still messed up.
Really?
Like they're torn to shreds. Like he didn't use straps. He gripped it the whole time.
Well, and today's December 27th. Well, the day we're recording this is December 27th.
And what
the
day-
event was December 9th.
So yeah, his
We're
hands
18 days later.
his hands are still destroyed.
Yes.
That-
So-
that poor kid.
As simple as the event sounds, it is, and it's a charity event, so don't take it too seriously. But it's not meant to be taken lightly. Do not show up without straps if you can help it. Don't. If you need your belt, just use it. Ego at the door. Use anything you need to be safe. Just don't get hurt. That's rule number 1: is do not get hurt.
You guys use straps?
Can?
Yeah, I use straps. At a certain point, I think I took my belt off.
Mhm.
Like it just became annoying having it on.
Right.
But I still kept using straps.
Well, and that's one of 3 rules.
Yeah.
Rule number 1 is don't get hurt. Rule number 2 is everybody on your team has to do at least 10 reps. And the reason that rule exists is so that dad can't park his 3 toddlers and then just deadlift
Yeah.
50 pounds on the day.
Yeah. I was thinking, I need a...
Right, that opens up strategy.
Yeah.
Like it's the person doing
Yeah.
it still needs to. And the 3rd rule is I do not care how you deadlift.
Yeah.
Conventional, sumo, Jefferson, straps, no straps. I don't care if you and your buddy deadlift the
Tandem.
bar at the same tandem deadlift. I don't care. The only rule is you have to finish your deadlift. Don't care how you do it. And that leads to some wild and really funny.
Now I'm starting to think of, would a tandem help?
No.
But still going up and down 2,500
No.
times.
Because
I think I'd go up and down 2,500 times
I
in an
asked,
hour anyway.
I asked you,
nothing.
Scotty, right before the event. I was like, so if we do tandem, will it count as 2 reps?
Nope.
Unfortunately.
Because that's the same amount of volume as 1 rep. Right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
2 of us doing it, though.
Right, but you're only doing
Yeah.
half the weight.
But you can count my body
I
weight.
just started strategizing for next year.
Oh,
I'll bring you some questions.
it's amazing. It's amazing how fast some of these strategies go out the window.
Yeah.
Matt Shishano that first year did it on the axle bar.
I like that. I respect
He didn't.
that.
He didn't. he got like 50 reps in. He's like, why did I do this?
Can we do trap bar?
So I actually that first year it was great, and this is how anybody listening who's thinking, I want to do it, but I can't deadlift on a barbell. We had Terry do it that first year. Old man Terry?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like surprised he did it.
So he can't deadlift with a barbell. So the way we worked around it, and again, I don't care how you do your deadlift, was we set up, because we had an empty platform next to his team, is his team was on one platform with the barbell loaded, and the hex bar was next to him. So as long as his teammates weren't going, he could use the hex bar to deadlift.
I like that. Make it open to people.
Yeah.
Yes, if you want to do it, we will make it happen.
Yeah.
We will adjust the weight down to a weight you can do. We will use whatever bar we need to make you be able to do it. Like, if you want to be a part of a charity event to help give back to your community, we will make it happen.
Yeah.
We should have done that for Mark.
Yeah, I needed it.
You basically just your hip.
Yeah.
And that's maybe
Well, I could still do all right, but I was thinking of Ray on our team. He was blown up by an IED and he can't do a whole lot right now.
all right. Well, next year we'll make sure that on our sign-up form, and this is again the goals and improvements is there a special accommodation needed?
Yeah.
You know, is there something we need to be aware of that day of we can plan for? If
When did that happen? Because he's been fighting that injury for like what feels like years now.
Yeah, he's been going back and forth to doctors and MRIs for a long time, trying to get put back together. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll make sure that next year, if he wants to do it and he can only deadlift on a hex bar, we'll.
But he
make
was
sure-
still there doing it.
Yeah. We'll make sure that.
It's just his shoulder, right?
I'm not sure. I think shoulder and back area. Yeah.
We'll do
Shoulder,
whatever.
back,
We'll
neck.
do whatever we can do to make sure he's as little hurt as possible.
Yeah.
After deadlifting for an hour.
Yeah, that was. But every rep that he did, I was sitting there going, "Thank God he's doing a rep because I'm not."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fully admit there was like a few times I was like, I knew it was my turn, and I just kind of like just sat there and waited.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, somebody else will take over.
Yeah.
The funniest moment of the day for me was during that second hour. I was done. So I went first this year. And I was done, and I was still recovering, and I was sitting at the table with the microphone. I think I had announced like 30 minutes left, so we were halfway through, and I was just looking around looking around the room, enjoying the fact that this was happening again, and I locked eyes with Blake for the first time that hour, and he just did this. So he looked up at me and he goes, like he was mad at me.
Dude.
And I knew he wasn't, but he just kind of looked at me like, why did you talk me into this?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but our whole squad was just heads down, terrible.
You guys were suffering, dude.
Dude, we barely did any. Like, that was... Why couldn't we just max out?
I've been asked that question several
like,
times.
can we have, like, a total, like, between all of us, a max out?
I've been asked that question.
Bonus event.
And the reason we never added it is right after the first year and when we were starting to think about the second year, which was really early. So we started thinking about the second year in like March. What do we want to do? Stimulus, another gym in town, had their deadlifts for dogs, which was a max out event. So I was like, okay, they have the max out event. I don't want to step on their toes here. I don't want people maxing out in December if they intend on their event happening every year in April. So I was like, let's stick to one thing. Let's do this right. Let's not step on any toes. Let's not have people maxing out their deadlifts several times a year for several different charity events.
Yeah, why not?
They didn't do it this year, and I don't even know how we would incorporate.
Just a bonus event.
But when?
Good question.
As it's structured right now, it would have to happen after.
Exhibition event.
Yeah, it'd have to be. I don't know how. Do you really want someone maxing out their deadlift after they deadlifted for an hour? Or do you really want someone maxing out their deadlift right before they're about to deadlift for an hour?
Or we can just do like a separate
event.
Yes. Like completely away from deadlifts before Christmas.
Maybe.
Like we can do like, I don't know.
I got a bunch of dumb ideas, dude. I'm not joking. In my head right now, I'm thinking, what could we have?
Yeah.
Like a different veterans benefit event in July where we walk a yoke for a certain amount of miles. Like every foot that's walked is a penny donated or $1 donated.
We should do like a St. Patty's Day thing.
There you go.
Like press for patties or something. Like
yeah.
We just like max out or like do as many reps as we can.
Something, yeah.
Let's do as many overhead presses as we can in an hour.
We actually had that when that first conversation with the car deadlift. We were joking partially about like how would you do it for pressing? You just set up 5 or 6 different implements and every rep done on circus dumbbell or bench press or axle bar or whatever is a different donation amount. So we have had that idea before.
Interesting.
I have a lot of dumb ideas.
I wouldn't say that they're dumb.
No.
They're fun.
These are the good ones. Like
well,
that's the better one.
There's always some dumb ideas.
Yeah. But yeah, my in my brain right now, I think it'd be fun if we did something with the yoke every summer.
Like what?
Just like I said, like find a couple sponsors and every foot we walk the yoke at 1.5 body weight.
You want to talk about rhabdo?
Yeah.
that will seriously cause some like rhabdo problems.
You'd have to limit it to 15 minutes or something. 15 minutes per person.
Yoke would be cool though.
You'd have to do something like that. But that's for a different day. That's a different conversation. So yeah, we do all these things. The toys go to the Reno Fire Department. And it was a blast this year when they posted to their Instagram account showing the piles of toys.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
And seeing the toys that were donated at our event in their massive pile was a blast.
Nice.
Because it's not like we give half their toys. We give, I would guess, maybe 10% of the toys they get raised. But still, one event gets 10% of the toys or something that they raise every year. So it was fun. We're like, oh, that skateboard was at the event. Or, oh, that Barbie was the one that I brought. It was cool. It was really cool. But the money goes to the American Iron Sport Foundation, which is really, like, the entire point of this event is to make sure that that program is benefited,
Yeah.
and it all goes to people who use the program like you did.
Yes, yeah. That go towards, in this case, the vet program a lot of times. And that's where I kind of come in. And it was about 4 years ago, I think I was introduced to the vet program through, in my case, it's the court. I was in some trouble and just ended up, Tammy's involved with different courts and judges, and she offers a lot of assistance to them for those that are interested. Right now, we get people from everywhere. From
there's
school.
isn't it like two different things now?
A big time at school.
It's the UNR,
UNR, TMCC.
and then we still have like the, was that alternative sentence?
Yeah, the veteran court.
Yeah.
Which it is still a court, but at the end of the court, if you do everything properly, your charges go away, and but you have to do a lot of different things, and one of them is finding something new and doing like self-help type stuff. And it just so happened that I met Tammy through that and started going to the gym and getting in here and joining with the vet group, which changed everything. It changed everything, because not only are you just not coming in alone, kind of trying to find your way, but you get all the camaraderie you get like back when you're in the service or something. You're working out with others who are just learning, or all the levels. You have some that come and have done it before. There's some that have no idea what we're doing. Brandon sees it every year. We kind of like we start out kind of like the Bad News Bears. Nobody knows what to do.
Chaos right at the start.
Everybody just kind of like, I have two left hands.
It's always just like the first time we go over movements. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. And then it's kind of nice to watch though, because the prerequisite is to show up, get in here, and then later on give back. But we'll get into that. But we get in here all together, get here at least 80% of the time, go through all the training. Tammy offers Blake and you and sometimes Jeremy and herself to train everybody. Nobody cares what level you're at. Nobody cares how much weight you lift. You just come in, you be with the rest, and go through a whole either 12 or I've seen it up to 16-week workout.
I think we've done 16 weeks before.
Yeah. And the goal is to compete at the end of it, and that's kind of like the graduation of that particular class. So I think I've been involved in 5 of them now. Actually was able to compete in 4 of them. But I missed the very first one when it started when it first started, the ex-director of the VA was involved also.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh, okay.
I think I came right after that.
Yeah, her name was Lisa Howard, and so.
Oh wait, maybe I was. I don't remember.
Yeah, and
This would be 5 years ago.
About 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah, and
No wait, there was a different one, wasn't there? When did she leave?
I can't remember when, but I think it was 5 years ago. She was involved in the powerlifting thing. It was only about 3 years ago that she left Palo Alto. I think. I could be wrong.
Maybe because that name sounds familiar, but I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah, and we'll actually try to find a lot of people at the VA, because a lot of people at the VA are vets too.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, and so we have at least 3 people on the team right now that are part of the VA, and we kind of try to take ownership of it now and just be here. Say, okay, we're here, we're older, we've done it. Show up, let's have fun.
Right.
And it ends up, these are some of my best friends, and we check on each other all the time. We just make sure each other's good, and workout buddy. Nothing better.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. And, it's just good times.
It's always fun to see, like, the progress everyone makes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's the ones that I think are going to be, like, the biggest struggles that end up doing really well.
Yeah. It is kind of amazing.
It always surprises me.
Yeah.
That was the case. God, it had to be 2017 or 2018. This was years ago. I remember this program. I don't know if it was the Sport Foundation at the time even, but this was a program that was started a long time ago. And initially, I was asked to be a part of the training, like the coaches for an at-risk youth group. And it was me and Cyril. Did you ever meet Cyril?
Yeah, I knew
Love
Cyril.
Cyril.
Yeah.
Great guy. I hope he's doing well. I haven't seen him in a while. But
Last time I heard, he like chopped off a finger or something.
things are going great in retirement.
I think it was during the squat.
He and I would come in
Lord.
and train these kids, and you could tell some of them were just not going to make it. But there was one kid, Oscar, who we had that thought of like, I don't know if he's going to see this through, because we'd have a kid drop every week or two, but Oscar saw it all the way through, and he lost a bunch of weight, ended up being much healthier, got a stable job, got
I
stronger.
think I know who you're talking about.
Oscar, yeah,
The AAU group.
yeah.
Yeah, and
This
that's
was years ago.
Okay.
Well before you and I met.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if Cyril was quite
Was it about
retired
5
then.
years ago, or even
Maybe
more?
maybe a little more than that.
Okay.
But yeah, one of those things is like he came in, he showed up, and he did all of the work that we had put in front of him, learned his technique, and from the last time I heard, the point of the program was wildly successful. We had another kid from that same group, as far as I know, went on to be a fireman.
Part of my whole story with it is I started getting in here, and I told my son, hey, you got to get down here. Everybody's so supportive. And he brought him down, and next thing you know, he's here just about every day now.
Mm-hmm. Mason?
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Great kid.
He got a scholarship, partial scholarship now to go to a university in Arizona.
Oh.
So I'm going, this is great. It turned out to be great. I got a new hobby. He's got somewhere safe to be and a hobby. He could be doing a lot worse at his age.
I'm a huge proponent of lifting for kids. Like just any sort of youth, especially during that adolescence age where, puberty hits, emotions hit, life gets crazy.
Yeah.
I truly believe that if more kids were introduced to lifting weights, their lives would be better, because it changes the trajectory of your life completely. It puts you on a track and makes you disciplined.
It's a very easy structure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hear it's probably been repeated a million times.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good or bad of a day you've had. 200 pounds, 200 pounds.
It doesn't lie.
200 pounds is 200 pounds.
And it's something
Period.
you can actually see your progress.
Yes.
It may be slow and steady, but it's incredibly rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And you can steadily see the progress.
That's why I got into the gym in the first place. The whole reason I'm into strength sports, I wish I remembered his name. At a university gym, I was just trying to be healthier, and I had a chest day. I grabbed the 80-pound dumbbells and asked the biggest dude in the gym. Swear to you, he was intimidatingly large, but he was a really gentle soul. I said, hey, I'm about to do the set. I'm not super confident in myself with this. Would you be able to spot me? He was absolutely. 9, 10 reps. It was like, great. How about you go grab the 90s? I didn't even think I was touching that weight that day. 7, 8, boom. I was like, okay, this is weird. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd even touch that weight. He had me grab the 100-pound dumbbells that day. I did 2 reps. But I did the 100-pound dumbbells that day.
Nice.
Here I am 10 years later.
Yeah.
But you're right. I wasn't adolescent. I was 20 years old. But at that same point, that structure and that reward that came from a noticeable improvement probably it gave me something that really helped shape who I am, with the discipline and the constant working towards a goal that I know I'll eventually reach if I stay with it. That is important for people.
Absolutely, and it's one of the few things that's almost 100% your responsibility if you don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. I wouldn't say entirely, but for the most part, because you can't do something, it's usually because you're not doing something. You're not taking an action that will actually take a step forward towards that. You can't rely on other people to lift the weight for you. You have to lift the weight.
Mm-hmm. Now you can rely on people to get you into the gym.
Absolutely.
Which is half the point.
Yeah.
Of the sport foundation.
In every single vet that sticks with it and ends up loving it, all of them say, I wish I would have found this a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them.
Well, I'm glad it helps.
Yeah.
I'm glad that this event helps.
It does. It's.
I hope that every year that this event happens, that it helps grow and help the program. Because this was a joke. This whole entire event started as a joke.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
amazing.
fact that it has grown to what it is and the support that we have behind it between any of the volunteers that help out every year, Christian, at every event, my wife Haley, with making it presentable and fun, and everybody else who throws their support behind it. This all started as a joke, and we turned it into something great.
Yeah, it's amazing when you start thinking about all of that aspect too, the amount of resources that are put into the program with all the time from everybody and the actual paying of entry fees, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it gets a little hefty.
Yeah,
I've done some of the back end work for that.
Yeah.
You guys are expensive.
Well, that's the cool thing about the event is you said the only thing you pay for is your Powerlifting America membership. You don't
Yeah.
even pay for the contest fee.
Nope. No.
You don't pay for the training.
No.
You don't pay for the entry fee. Like, it's just the membership fee.
Yeah.
That's what, $30?
Was it now 70?
Yeah,
Is it
65
70
or
now?
70 around there.
Seven,
For
which
just
really
the membership?
that's not bad, and that's a
No.
year membership. So
Yeah.
a lot of you guys do like 2 events a year.
Yeah. Do however many that are going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do is deadlift for an hour.
Hey, that's all, huh?
And that's something I really enjoyed this year was the veteran program had 2 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year's veterans program has been pretty good. You guys have been like very on top of it. Everyone's like shown up.
Yeah.
It's like some of the best participation we've seen.
Yeah, because once you start learning all the resources that are put into people to do this, then we start kind of riding each other like, you better start showing up. Nothing's free.
It's
you
one of
got to
the-
meet us halfway
It's
here.
so heartbreaking when I would show up for some of the other groups
Yeah.
and no one would be there.
Oh.
Yeah, and that would irritate me.
It fucking irritated me.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And
why aren't
so-
you guys showing up?
So like Ray Rodriguez and Angel, we're pretty much sticklers for making sure you guys are getting here. Or if you're not, we need to know why. You know, what's the deal? Yeah, life goes on, but you need to make the best effort to get here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, a lot of times when you give those guys tough love, they straighten up.
Yeah.
I could think of one in particular that surprised the hell out of me last time. Can you guess who?
Probably not.
He competed too, which also surprised the hell out of me and did pretty good.
I can't guess.
Michael Bartel.
Oh. I didn't know. Okay.
He surprised me because, for a while he would just show up and just like not do anything, or he'd just stop showing up, and finally like talked to him, and he kind of kicked in the gear, even competed. And
He did?
I think he went 9 for 9.
He did.
Which, okay, I'm gonna call him out a little bit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I first saw him lift, it was one of the. It sounds so mean. It was one of the worst things, like worst people in the entire group. He was strong, but the
technique.
the technique was nowhere like near. And for him to go 9 for 9 at a powerlifting comp, that's huge progress.
Yeah.
like that's crazy.
How rewarding was that?
I
I mean, for you and probably him.
I know he felt pretty good about it.
Right.
Which, yeah, I'm like, I get pretty stoked about stuff. I like
Yeah.
seeing you guys succeed.
Yeah. Well, that's one end of the spectrum. Then you got guys like Jerry, who's going to compete in March at the Open here.
Yeah.
So we have the whole range of different levels of lifters.
And Jerry's really good too. Do you know Jerry?
I've probably met
Jerry
him.
Quintos.
I not off the top of my head, but I'm terrible with names.
Very disciplined, very focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do open nats.
Nuh-uh. From this program?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. The first time I think he competed was
Yeah.
through this program.
Mm-hmm.
And now this program is sending national level athletes.
Apparently,
And that's something.
Yeah, he is focused, and he will be competing, and he'll probably do pretty good knowing him.
I have to give him a special program.
You
Just,
gotta slow him down.
Dude,
He's
yeah,
an animal is what
he's,
he needs.
he's gonna be on a little bit different than you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, he works too hard sometimes.
He's
Yeah.
got to do the
He
solo hour next
overtrains
year.
a little bit.
He should do this.
He's got to do the solo hour next year.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's working out.
I don't know. I looked at his face after the 10-minute warning. I'm not sure he's up for the solo hour.
The thing is, like, I think he could do it though. Like,
Yeah, he could. I'm just kidding.
He would. The main problem I had with him, it's not really even a problem. It's just a, why are you doing this kind of thing?
Mm.
He would lift in the morning at the UNR gym, and then come lift with us in the evening, and like go heavy each time.
Yeah. Just the other day, I met him here in the evening to bench press, but that morning he had spent 4 hours, deadlifting and doing back stuff.
Apparently it's working for him 'cause
Yeah.
he's getting strong as shit.
Yeah.
Well, as long as he gets his rest in.
But I think he needs a.
That's only
Back
gonna
off a little bit.
work for so long.
Yeah,
exactly.
Boy, it's a lot. It's impressive, though.
But no, he did. Did he go 9 for 9?
He did.
I'm trying to think. I tried to pick all good numbers.
And he went for it on a few of his things that he didn't even do in training and hit
Right,
him.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think for deadlift he did, and then squat, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe bench. I don't know.
He did
good.
he did in bench as well.
He just went for it.
Yeah.
Good.
That's also like one of my favorite parts is
Yeah.
like telling you guys to like walk away from the table while I'm picking your numbers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you guys to know. I'm just gonna pick for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a guess.
Yeah, don't tell him.
Exactly. I know you guys got it.
Right. Because they've been disciplined enough in the program to
I
be
think
able to pull it.
I think a lot of you guys went 9 for 9.
It definitely wasn't me.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
your goddamn hip.
That depth thing. Titanium hip. Now it's going to be a titanium knee.
Are you getting that replaced too?
Yeah, by the end of the year, it'll have to be the knee, too, for the same reason.
$6 million man in
Yeah,
progress.
I'm going, let's make the whole thing titanium.
Jesus,
Let's
man.
get started now.
Give you one of those robotic eyes.
Either that or they're going to cut off the leg.
You won't be the only one without a leg in the group.
No.
I think we've had. Was he the first one?
Well, Garrett is, but also Michael St. Clair
Yeah,
was
Mike.
thinking about
He should.
joining the group, and he's also an amputee.
They're slightly different though. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think Garrett has to be part of the. Was it All Sport?
Yeah, because
Sport for All.
I didn't know this, but there's a below the knee and above the knee,
Yes.
like hierarchy in
Right.
the whole amputee world, and they kind of
They hate each other.
Yeah, they kind of jostle back
They're-
and forth. And I'm going, I didn't know that existed.
Why do I have a bad sinking feeling in my stomach that next year there's going to be two different teams?
Yeah, battling
Going
against
for
each other.
bragging
Like
rights.
the below the knee team and the above the knee team.
It's kind of unfortunate because it's the above the knee that struggles more
Yeah,
because they can't like squat properly.
Mhm.
They have to do different things.
yeah.
Can deadlift and bench, but can't
Oh,
squat.
when Garrett was there. Garrett, right?
Yes, he was.
He was there.
Yep,
He did it.
yep. And their weight was about what, 205, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
We almost never see anything outside of the range of 150 and 260.
yeah.
I think we had a 280 this year, but I don't know that we've ever had a 300.
I want to see a 300.
I don't.
That's gonna be bad.
I've been talking, Travis Ortmeyer. I want him to get a pro strongman team.
Dude, speaking of hips,
Yeah.
we need a team of just people with replaced hips because he's next. He's getting his hips replaced.
Who is?
Travis.
Ortmeyer.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
So it could be you two, and then God, who else?
I mean, you can just have a team of two.
Yeah, we won't.
I just
A
want
pro strongman team, though. I agree.
a pro strongman. So Robert Oberst, if you're listening to this, I'm gonna want you out here next December. Robert, Brian Shaw, Mitchell Hooper, if you guys are listening to this, and you guys want to do something really stupid right after Thanksgiving,
I could see Oberst doing it.
I could absolutely see Oberst doing it.
He comes by sometimes.
Honestly, I could see Mitchell Hooper doing it at his own gym. This seems like somebody's like, you know what? Yeah, why
remoting
not?
in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just set up a little iPad where he's streaming it.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to see this event somehow, some way,
Yeah.
jump to a different gym. like Untamed in Sacramento, I would love it if they just set aside 3 platforms for the day and had their own beneficiaries.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
I mean, I could see them doing it too.
I could have, well, they've been here before.
Yeah.
Matt Webb did this last year, and just like everybody else, like, this was stupid. It was worth it, but it was stupid.
That's right.
Wait till June.
Wait till June.
You'll think differently.
You'll forget why it sucked. Yeah. Next year, hopefully you guys are doing it again.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And the people who are going to benefit from it in 24 are going to do it.
Yeah.
I would love to see a fire department team.
That would be good,
Yeah.
since they're always here in the gym anyways.
They have reached out to us,
Oh, that'd
the
be
wife
cool.
and I, yeah. And they said, hey, let us know when this starts up for next year. We'll get a team there.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're starting another vet group, January 9th here.
Oh,
It's
really?
coming up, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up. A lot of returning faces,
Yeah.
which I have no problem with.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have been really good.
Yeah.
I saw a couple new names. I'm always curious to see what's going to happen.
I hope it works.
I always
I
hope,
hope it does exactly what it's intended to do, and who knows? Maybe there needs to be like a second round group who's a little more intermediate than just beginner.
Well, I mean, you guys, like Mark, the guys who are experienced, they kind of come in anyways and kind of help lead
Yeah.
just a
there
little
you go.
bit.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Because, I don't know, it's hard corralling 12 people.
Yeah, at first it is like herding cats.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Like, what do we do? So it takes some time. Then everybody's worried about the competition day. I got to wear the onesie. Everybody calls it the onesie. Like, don't worry. It's the funnest day. It's the funnest day. Just stick with us here.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a blast.
Contest day
Yeah.
It's a weird mix of excitement and anxiety.
Yeah. And you see everything. Everything. People who think that they've just bombed out to people who've just crushed it.
Mm-hmm.
Tears, happiness, the whole thing. It's crazy. Crazy day.
I think once you do your first squat, you're fine.
Yeah. That's
If
actually,
you get your first squat. If you get your first squat.
yeah, that's I tell everybody, just get that first one.
Dude,
get it.
just
one.
pick the
Yeah.
easiest numbers, just destroy it,
Yeah.
get out of the way, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I always think, if I do a power meet, I always feel like, okay, what can I do for a triple on a day that I'm sick?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
exactly how you
That's
should
what I
do
tell
it.
everybody. What can you do for 3 on your worst day ever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know the amount, like, I think last Legions, I went to the table and changed almost every single person's numbers.
Lower, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
I was like, nope. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah.
Because that's got to be the worst feeling. I've never bombed out. Knock on wood. But that has to be a terrible feeling, bombing out of a meet.
I've never bombed, but I have zeroed an event at a strongman contest, and that sucked.
Uh,
It's not as shitty, but it does suck.
I'm trying to think if I've zeroed an event. I had to have.
What would it have even been, though?
I don't know.
Because even that first year at Legions, you got that log for one.
Yeah, I was like, me and that guy from Michigan were the only ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to think back to like 2017 or 2018, whatever year that was. But I was lightweight back then, and I still don't think
I don't know that you've zeroed an event, dude.
Well, that's got to change. I got to enter a comp and zero an event, see what happens.
Do Marina.
Well, they're trying to get me to do a lightweight marina.
Are they really?
Yeah. Which,
How light do you have to be?
181.
Oh, okay.
It's like 20 pounds. A little
That
bit less.
that Trump sandbag at Marina.
I like that idea.
Did you see what it is for the 220s? The 2 sandbags are the 220 for the lighter one. Remember, it's sandbag to shoulder. You ever do a sandbag to shoulder?
No.
It's, yeah. Careful with your hip.
Yeah, it won't be. Looks like
Those 2 sandbags, the lighter one's 220, the heavier one, what do you think it would be?
275.
It's 300.
Is it really?
It is really, yeah.
What was it at Wrath?
For the 5...
Yeah, the Bentley.
Um,
Because I got them all, but I don't remember what the last weight was. I remember it was a PR, though.
it was 180, 200, 220, 240, 260.
Oh, my God. 300?
Uh-huh. I've picked up 300 once.
I've picked it up. There's no way I could shoulder that.
If you manage to pick it up long way, which is hard.
Well, I that's how I do it. I bear hug it like this. I can't do that long, like
Right. But
like
if you find a
holding
way,
a baby style.
if you can find a way to pick it up and get it into your lap long ways, you just like dig your shoulder into the middle and stand up.
Interesting.
But you have to actually be able to pick it up like that, and I have tried several times, and it's just too tall.
No, there's got you just have to find that spot.
Oh, I've tried.
You gotta dig those fingers under there.
Yeah, I'm not even. I'll have to figure out if I'm doing marina right now, and if I am, I need to find a way to comfortably get that 3. And it's the last event of the day too, so I need to get that sandbag whilst fatigued.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be rough.
When is Marina?
End of March,
Okay.
March 30th,
Dude,
something like that.
something like that. Dude, there's so many comps coming up. Holy
busy time.
shit.
I know Tammy's on her way to Austin for bench press nationals
the
and
bench
worlds.
press.
We have bench press worlds coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks.
And then I think there's a break in February, and then we have
Then we have open nationals.
and collegiate nationals. It's both.
Yes, university nats, and then
in I think St. Patrick's Day weekend and leading up to,
that's here.
and then there is I think it's Masters weightlifting championship is the weekend after that,
Jesus Christ.
and then the weekend after that is Marina. And I bet you we have something in April, and I just can't think of it right now.
There is.
What is it?
Shanti Wolf is training for something in April.
Oh, is he?
A powerlifting competition
Is it here?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I just don't know about it yet. I should. I know about all the other events I have to go to.
Sounds
Yeah.
like we'll be judging.
Oh, God. No, I'll be doing streaming.
I'm certain he
There you
said
go.
it was April.
Yeah, busy times, but I'm really grateful that No Before Christmas is around none of them.
Yeah,
It's after Legions, and it's before anybody's training cycle.
it's a good idea to do it around this time.
Well, it's fun, too. Like, who doesn't want to do a good deed around Christmas? Very few people.
Yeah, I
If you-
can.
If you can make somebody do something, if you can have an avenue for people to do something good that involves their hobby, I know very few people who won't do it.
Yeah, usually people want to do something good,
Right.
especially if it's lifting.
Yeah.
Makes the most sense. And the entry fee is only a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm stocking up on like McDonald's Happy Meals. You guys can have that little plastic My Little Pony or whatever is in there.
I'm excited for next year. It's not even January. We're not even 3 weeks after the event. I'm already excited for next year.
Yeah.
2,600 reps.
I want to see every hour sponsored. We're short 1 hour right now.
I think we'll
And it-
probably have something next year.
Huge thank you to Shields, Greater Commercial Lending,
Thank you.
Affordable Screens by Larry Ivy, and Scholl's Law Group for sponsoring this year. Huge thank you to Kimmy's Candy and Midnight Coffee Roasting for bringing your product to our event. I really hope you guys got a lot of eyes on your amazing products. Great coffee. Great protein candy, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it is protein
It's-
candy.
yeah.
I forgot it is protein
It's
candy.
like protein Reese's Pieces. Like, what is there not to love?
Yes. Where are they? I want to go get some.
Just a huge thank you to anybody who's ever volunteered for this, anybody who's just let me talk at them to think of ideas. Once again, huge thank you to Haley for helping me improve this event year in and year out, and who's always been behind me on this. Thank you to Bob and Tammy and Roxy for letting me do this every year. Thank you for being a part of the program in the first
Thank you.
place. And thank you to everybody who's ever been a part of the program. And genuinely, if I'm forgetting to thank anybody here, just know that I've appreciated your efforts and your help. It is so much fun. I love doing it every year. I love that it's a great charity event during Christmas time. It gets me giddy every year to be able to do something like this. And let's just do it again next year.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, guys. And before we go,
Tell your wife I love the shirt.
we've already been talking about next year's. I can't wait. Before I forget, because this is going to eat me alive until I. Damn it, Christian. His last name's not even on Instagram.
Yeah, because his handle is like
Gojira, which is a great band. Yeah. Thanks to everybody.
Is it Copeland?
Is it Copeland?
Where
Wherever this podcast is posted, he's going to listen to it, and it's going to be the first comment. It's like, it's such and such, damn it.
He's going to be pissed.
And he's gonna lay into me, and he's going to have every right to for the next year.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. But I will never forget his last name once I learn it.
I think I'll forget it.
Yeah.
I can like see it on the
Make
screen.
that promise.
I swear it's Copeland.
Copeland sounds right, but
You guys want to make a quick bet?
no.
I can look it up right now.
Can you?
Yeah, I can figure it out.
Yeah, I want to give him a proper thank you.
I have everybody's name at my disposal. So don't even, no one can hide. I just don't know how to spell Christian. Is it CH?
Yeah.
Well, there's a billion of them at this gym, so 1 second. Are you sure it's CH?
Mm-hmm.
Am I just... Maybe I don't have everyone's name. Hold on. Oh. Yes, this has to be him. Copley? Salem? Copley?
Right. That sounds right.
I'm butchering that. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being there, and thank you for volunteering every year.
Thank you.
Oh, and thanks to Brandon, who you bring along with you, by the way. That was great for him to just show up and start helping. Yeah. Let's do it again next year.
Always.
Yep.
Yep.
Great talking with you guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, thank you.
You got anything else?
Nope.
Nothing?
Not really. I think this is kind of a chill time of year for us.
Yeah.
Anything to plug besides next year?
Thinking.
Yeah, just a new veteran group starting. I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Looking forward to helping out with the Open in March.
Oh, that's gonna be
huge.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big event.
Yeah. That's gonna be all hands help out thing.
The biggest powerlifting thing Reno's ever had. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Actively looking forward to that. But I love the chaos.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, all I can think about is like how the setup, the streaming, the coaching.
Mm-hmm. I would love to have your job. I just want you to know that. To be involved in the gym nonstop like that, I would love that.
It's a blessing.
And
It's also a lot of work sometimes.
I was waiting for the but there.
I just, I can't, like...
But Brandon never misses a vet group. Ever.
Good.
Ever.
That's a lie. I've missed a couple.
I don't remember. Then maybe I missed the same day.
I'm usually really good, though.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, the few times I didn't, I let you guys know.
Yeah.
But usually it's a non-important day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sick or something usually.
Right.
But no, I try to always be there for you guys.
Yeah, I don't ever remember.
That's good.
Yeah.
As long as I look like I know what I'm doing.
It's all about perception.
Exactly. I can miss all the time, and as long as you think I'm there, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Until next year.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Appreciate
suffering. Thanks for suffering through it.
I wasn't a suffer.
No, it was a suffer.
No, it was enjoyable.
No, the podcast, sure, but the day of.
Oh, the day of was absolutely
Yes.
horrendous. I already know what my personal hell is going to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be that and probably like, I'm just going to drop it there. I could think of like a
You
bunch
start
of,
off with deadlifting for an hour, though.
yeah, it's going to be deadlifting for an hour and then like, I don't know, somebody yelling at me from my past that I don't want to deal with
Yeah.
the whole time.
You know what's funny is he's already sitting here talking about he's doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm probably
put
gonna
a
do
better
it.
memory in there.
Cross 1,000.
Dude, I don't know. We'll see.
It's-
I don't want rhabdo. I don't want rhabdo. All right. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely.